Really, Warner Brothers? You take a great cartoon, a great classic cartoon, and you make a movie about it that's based on the beloved cartoon Scooby-Doo, and you mess it up by making this abomination of this movie. Really, Warner Brothers? I am. Is this what you call this abomination from 2002? Scooby-Doo in live action, the movie? Let's get this rant started. What's up, guys? Jonathan's Media Corner here, and today, here is my review / rant on Scooby-Doo from 2002. Yes, the live-action film of Scooby-Doo came in the year 2002. So basically what the plot's about, you got these 3 members of the group from the Mystery Incorporated. They depart as a result of long-time friction between them, the overzealous Fred, Daphne, who had been fed up with being kidnapped at every mystery, and Velma, who seems to have never credited for her skills nor her ideas. And this leaves Shaggy and Scooby staying and caring for the gang's van. The Mystery Machine. Fred becomes a popular author while Velma works for NASA and Daphne practices martial arts. 2 years later, Shaggy and Scooby have been invited to solve a mystery on Scooby Island, which is a horror-themed tropical resort that's owned by Emily Mondavares. Despite contact with Fred, Velma, and Daphne at the airport, Scooby and Shaggy are unable to persuade them back into the group. However, Fred, Velma, and Daphne still fly to the island, as well as Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. On the flight, Shaggy meets and becomes attracted to a girl named Mary Jane, who also loves Scooby snacks, but is allergic to dogs. Upon arriving at the island, the gang meets Mondavarius, who claims the visiting tours have been brainwashed. Velma attends a ritualistic performance hosted by Go. Tuana and his henchman, Zarkos, who is a famous luchador. The Ngo claims the island was once resorted by ancient demons that have been plotting their revenge ever since they have been displaced by the resort. After a misunderstanding with a local voodoo priest, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby venture into the resort's ghost ride, and they meet Fred and Velma inside, where they split up to look for clues. Fred and Velma comes across a school designed to educate inhuman creatures about human culture, while Daphne discovers a pyramid-shaped artifact called the Demon Riders. The gang flees, but the island's demons attacks, kidnapping Fred, Velma, Mondavarius, and other tourists, while Scooby, Shaggy, Daphne, and Mary Jane escape. The next day, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby learn that the demon had been possessed by Fred, Velma, and other tourists. Zarkos captures and then seals the demon Riders before taking her to be possessed as well. Shaggy and Scooby encounter Mary Jane, but Scooby realizes she had been possessed as well, and he tells Shaggy the two begin to argue, but they were interrupted when Scooby falls through a trapdoor into an underground chamber. While searching for him, Shaggy discovers a vat of protoplasm containing the souls of those possessed. He frees his friends' souls, but Daphne and friends' souls end up in each other's body, while Velma discovers that sunlight destroys the demons. Shaggy steals the demon riders, which randomly switches his Velma, Fred, and Daphne's souls until they all end up in their correct bodies. They come across a voodoo priest, which explains that the demons led by Mondavarius, who will rule the world for the next 1,000 years. I'm sorry if I can't name this character correctly, but I truly apologize. But it's the best I could do. If a pure soul is offered as a sacrifice during the ritual, Shaggy realizes that the pure soul is Scooby, who unwittingly accepts to be the sacrifice. Fred, Daphne, and Velma decide to put their difference behind them to help Shaggy save Scooby. The gang plots to trap the demon cult, but the plan fails, and only Daphne escapes capture. Mondavarius extracts Scooby's soul using the demon riders, but Shaggy breaks free and pushes Mondavarius aside, causing Scooby's soul to be released. When Fred and Velma confront the defeated Mondavarius, they discover that he is actually a robot controlled by Scooby's estranged nephew, Scooby-Doo, who was abandoned by the gang years ago after his power-hungry nature that gotten out of control and urinating on Daphne. Using the absorbed soul of the tourist, he then transforms into a monster and tries to kill the gang. Daphne is then attacked and captured by the Zarkos again, but defeats him by kicking him into the ritual chamber where he knocks over the vat containing the souls of the tourists. Thus setting them free, their souls return to their bodies as Daphne releases a skull-shaped disco ball, which reflects sunlight to kill the demons. Shaggy rips the demon riders from Scrapy's body to free the captured souls and finds the real Mondavarius imprisoned in a small underground cell, having been captured by Scrapy so he could pose as his double. Scrapy and Goo, Zarkos, and their minions are arrested by the reunited gang promises to continue solving mysteries together. During the credit, Scooby and Shaggy take advantage of the all-you-can-eat stipulation, and they've been promised to have lunch at the Spooky Island Hotel, and they both eat jars of hot chili peppers and scream as smoke comes out of the hotel. And that's basically what the plot for the entire movie is. Guys, what do I think about it? This movie's terrible. This movie is really terrible. First of all, the CGI for Scooby-Doo's look, it looks absolutely terrible. Just look at it, guys. It looks really terrible. Why couldn't they at least make it like a hand-drawn animated film rather than this? Making a live action out of a beloved cartoon called Scooby-Doo, honestly, I think this is a huge mistake. I'll tell you the reasons why. First off, if you want to make a good movie based on cartoons, you have to do it very correctly. Yeah. Obviously, with this one, they seem like they didn't care, and they just wanted to make it just for the cash grab. And Roger Gosno, I don't know what you were thinking when you made it. This is your absolute worst. Not trying to be mean, but this is your absolute worst. And secondly, the people who were acting, they were just pretending. Like, they have been forced forced to be in this movie. Like, they were pretending just for the money. Really? You're just pretending just so that you can make money? How very effortless is that? At least with the cartoon, with the voice acting, they did so well when they had voice actors and actresses in the original Scooby-Doo cartoons. With this one in the movie, they just felt like they had been forced, and they pretended so that they could make a little bit of cash grab. And the jokes are just either too disgusting, weird, bland, or even just childish. Yeah, there's so many juvenile humor as well. Like, ugh. The humor is really juvenile. And it was the last time William Hanna served as an executive producer because sadly he died on March 22nd of 2001. And that was a really sad day for Hanna-Barbera fans on March 20th. That was a really sad day. And they even made a sequel called Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, which I thought that was just as god-awful as this one right here. The ending was obnoxious. Even the way that Scooby and Shaggy screamed was really obnoxious. And the CGI is just, it's appalling. Like, it has one of the most appalling CGIs I had ever seen, and the plot, it felt like someone had wanted to make a plot so good, but they looked at it and then they reconsidered it, and then they went back at it, and then they made it into a not so good plot. And then they bring it again, and the director's like, oh, okay, we can do that. And they just use that stupid plot for that stupid movie called Scooby-Doo from 2002. And it's basically a huge mistake. Yeah. I can't believe Warner Brothers. I don't know what you were thinking. You took your beloved cartoon show Scooby-Doo that some of them really loves, and yet you had to mess it up and make it look terrible. Oh, sorry guys. You really had to make this movie god-awful like this? All I could say is everything is just... this movie is really bad. The acting, the plot, the jokes, the humor, everything I could say is bad and terrible. So for my final rating for Scooby-Doo, it gets 1 out of 7. Horrendous movie. Everything I could say about it is just really horrendous. So yeah, that was my review / rant on Scooby-Doo. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This is Jonathan's Media Corner signing off, and I'll see you guys later. And peace out, y'all.